G'day ladies and gentlemen, the Buttsman here. What a week it is for Americans. The election's coming up. This could change the course of history and who knows what's going to happen. We can't trust the polls. No one really knows. After Trump's massive appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, I think it had 100 million views in about 15 minutes. And Kamala, she had all these huge celebrities that allegedly have been caught up with Diddy. They came out in support of her and they definitely didn't look like they were being forced to be there at all. But I really wanted to understand what is happening in the United States of America. I wanted to get my finger on the pulse. The best way to do that is to check out TikTok, and my God, I've found some interesting humans that call the States home. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on tour in Australia, massive capital city shows. I'm in Melbourne this week. Grab your tickets right now at the Palais Theatre, going to be absolutely huge. And I'm filming my special in Sydney on the 24th of November. I'll be in America next year. Just got to get down and sort the bloody visa out. I should have crossed from Mexico. Let's jump into it. Oh, and as you can see, the studio, it's starting to come together. It's taking its time, but it's getting there.
I'm a man.
You are a man.
I'm a man, man.
I identify as a man.
I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Fuck yeah.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Fuck yeah, I'm man enough to suck a dick.
500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
You look like you eat whole engines for breakfast, you fucking goose.
I ain't afraid of bears.
I ain't afraid of bears. Who the fuck is not afraid of bears? My mate Adam Greene, who goes hunting in America, all throughout America, one of the world's most famous bow hunters, all right? He's encountered many bears. He's scared of bears. If he's scared of something, you should be fucking scared of it.
Another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
Ah, see, that's where you're wrong. You should be scared of them. They're scarier than bears. You know, remember that whole thing where women were saying they'd rather be alone in the forest or the bush with a bear rather than a man? That's fucking but what he's saying is he's not afraid of a woman, which is ridiculous because you should be much more afraid of a woman than a bear. Sure, a bear is scary, but at least it won't drain your bank account till nothing's left and then absolutely ruin your life. It might kill you, but at least it'll do it within half an hour. Ladies, you could drag that shit over fucking decades.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
Yeah, I bet there's heaps of abortions that happen because of you, mate. You look like a fucking abortion that should have happened.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
Why would anyone be afraid of IVF? Is that a thing? The Republicans, is that a thing? I'm not sure. Surely not.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Cats, yep. You know, you got to have cats for sure. There's something that it's a direct correlation between single ugly women and cats. It's really interesting.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye.
How can you trust a cat? Get a dog.
Accept my full-throated endorsement.
What are you, full-throated endorsement? Why are you sitting like that? That's not your truck, is it? That's not your truck.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit
What?
I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
They're talking here about Little Women, a coming-of-age novel and all that type of shit. That's not the books they're banning. They might have banned it because they're just fucking, who knows? They could have banned it. But that's not the books they're really worried about. The books they're banning are the ones that are trying to normalise changing gender at fucking 4 years old. That's the ones they're trying to get rid of. Or not even rid of, or just at least out of school.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
Gay.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Love Actually is a great movie. When do you cry in? Maybe fucking The Notebook. Why would you cry at Love Actually?
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more
I
powerful.
don't know, I'm for it. I think we should push it, actually.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their family.
I love women.
Not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
If that convinced anyone, we should all be nuked tomorrow. That's how ridiculous politicians are. They think that is an ad that will, really ring true for a lot of people. That's fucking bananas. That doesn't prove anything. It just proves that you've hired shit actors that couldn't get jobs anywhere else to talk talking points that no one believes. Yes, of course it's okay to be emotional in front of your wife. Of course it's okay to love women. Who the fuck doesn't do these things? What's not okay is fucking sitting like this bloke on the back of a truck. What the fuck is that? Okay, so we've got some Biden-Harris supporters. Biden-Harris supporter gets choked after charging at Trump supporter in Warm Springs, GA. Where's GA? Ah, it's in Georgia. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to give the play-by-play here, okay? So old mate, he's really charged at him. Front kick there, nice little teep. And then he's picked up rear naked choke. I will fucking hurt you. Old mate's strapped as well. He's got a gun. Is that a police dude or is that just a regular American? All right. So this is American politics. This doesn't happen in Australia. It's crazy how fucking far people go to support their person. Although for a lot of people it seems like life or death, and maybe it is. Okay, so we need to find out because he gets choked after charging. Was that the choke? Is that all they're talking? Oh, hang on.
You ain't talking about my boy! You ain't talking about my boy!
You ain't talking about my boy!
I will slap the goddamn taste out of you! No violence! Joe Biden's your president! No violence! No violence!
Joe Biden's your president! So she threw out a W word with a neck at the end of it, which I believe is in reference to a Mexican gentleman. I don't know if that's the correct actual slur, but she certainly said it. Anyway, this is really interesting. You're a little 16, hang on here. Oh, so the dude was 16 years old. Is it this guy? This guy's 16 and autistic? Mate, I know, listen, obviously autism very difficult to deal with for some people, in some families. My brother's autistic. I know sometimes it's just you have to throw him in the old rear naked chuck. But honestly, it is probably on you, mum, for turning up to a fucking rally that may or may not become violent with your autistic child. Okay, what have we got here? We've got people walking around on a leash. You know, they say don't trust the polls when it comes to elections, but I think if you polled these two, they would absolutely say that they're voting for Kamala Harris. Or as Trump calls her, Kamala. But yeah, if you're walking around on a dog leash, you're voting for Kamala. I'm sorry to say, if that upsets you, fuck off.
Hey everyone! So I just wanted to talk today about an issue that we all think about, but we don't really like talking about.
I can only imagine where this is going.
Is it that time of the month, or is it something I ate? Newsflash, trans women get cramps and bloating too, just like any other woman.
Do they? Do they?
And it's very real.
I bet. It must suck. It must suck to be a trans woman with male genitals and bleed from said genitals. That sounds really bad. Quite awful.
And in fact, I challenge anyone out there to think really hard and come up with one thing that makes me different.
Now, I would like to say that this is Josh Selter. I've done a whole video on this dude. Everyone knew he was trolling, and he came out recently and said, yes, I was trolling. You got me. I'm not actually trans. It's a whole big thing. There he is. He's back. He loves J.K. Rowling. Don't forget, I am trans or trans, which is an individual experiment with being trans before transitioning back. We are all valid. Over, wow, 116 million views on his social experiment videos. Okay, so very, very interesting from old mate. He's certainly... I wonder how many, just your everyday, no, he's just taking the piss. Okay. I wonder how many people actually believed him. I don't know. Very, very strange. Anyway, good on him. I don't know exactly what Josh's point was here, but I can guarantee you this. We certainly learned that the internet's fucking, you can't trust fucking anything you see. Do not trust a fucking thing. Crocodile came home. Oh, this is the floods from Florida. Holy shit, America. I know a lot of Americans say they'd never come to Australia because it's dangerous. I know that's in Florida, but what the fuck is that? Our Crocs don't go into people's houses. All right? They're not that fucking rude.
Okay, so today I had a conversation with a student.
How are people not noticing that I have 2 new additions on my chest? This is from Libs of TikTok. How are people not noticing? You look like a larger individual. I imagine you had some sort of girth there anyway, but let's be polite and behave and let's find out.
And she was ranting because she couldn't quite understand
Who is
how
this?
no one else in class, my classes or in the school, has noticed or...
Hang on. I missed that at the start. With the students. This is a teacher. What is the caption? Trans teacher brags about talking about his chest and bra size with a teenage student. I'm small for most women, considering my size. They're just barely technically B cups. And ladies, men don't care about the size of your boob. Unless they're a B or an A, and then you can just fuck off.
And she was ranting because she couldn't quite understand how no one else in class, my classes or in the school, has noticed or commented either or.
What?
About the fact that I have a chest.
Commented? You're a fucking teacher.
Or noticed and commented either or about the fact that I have a chest.
Why would you bring that up with your fucking children, dude? Lady? Now a lady? Why would you bring that up with children you're teaching? I don't care if they're teenagers, they're still kids. It's just, what are you doing, mate? It's the same thing with the drag queen story time. I think a lot of people, let me put it this way, I think a lot of people would be upset if I put out a press release or I put it out on Instagram, whatever, saying that I'm going to start reading books to children. I think a lot of people would be like, why is that comedian? He's a racist, he's a sexist. Do you understand that it's weird to go out of your way to read to children? Like these, just stop it! Stop it! Moving on.
I'm small for most women, especially because they're my size. They're just barely technically B cups.
Gross.
I've been on hormones about a year, difference from most trans women.
You're a teacher, dude.
I have more body fat for my body to work with, to move around, to make things happen.
Is that how it works?
So I kind of have a cheat code that way. Because your body needs fat to work with.
What a strange thing to care about if your students don't notice your breasts.
Who are we voting for?
I'm voting for Donald Trump. I'm voting for Trump.
Why are we voting
really?
for Trump?
Kamala's not doing it for me. He's just the best
Racist.
person for our country right now. Mega.
Yeah, who are we voting for?
We're voting for Trump
Why are we voting for Trump?
because we want to make America great again.
Who are we voting for?
Trump.
Why Trump?
If you vote for Kamala, you hate yourself and you hate your country.
Yeah, who are we voting for?
We're voting for Donald J. Trump. Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Isn't that interesting? So many people are voting for him.
Is where he stands on abortion. I actually don't think you can be a Christian and be a Democrat at the same time.
So anti-abortion, closed border.
Yeah.
A lot of people say he's anti-abortion, but I guarantee you he's paid for a fuck ton of abortions.
Why are we voting for Trump?
Because I'm sick and tired of paying gas prices in California, and they got to go back down. And I'm not a liberal pussy, so.
It is really surprising to see how many people are going to vote for Trump, or at least they're saying now. Because when Trump first came into politics, everyone was like, oh, this fucking guy from The Apprentice, this loudmouth. And now I feel that people are just sitting there going, fuck me. This system of the politicians who have been there since they left university, have been their entire lives, like it doesn't work. They don't look after people. Trump has Elon, he has RFK Jr., he has Tulsi Gabbard, he has all of these people who people genuinely believe in and really think that they are there for the best of the people. And I think that's why he is getting so much traction this election. I'll be very interested. I would be shocked if he doesn't win.
The military be so silly with their rules. Like, why did I just get in trouble for having a pink lunchbox? And then I got in trouble for...
Aren't you in the fucking army?
Yeah. And God forbid I wear some mascara.
Aren't you there to go to war? I don't give a fuck what colour your lunchbox is, but how about you not worry about shit like that and consider the fact that we're fucking on the verge of World War III, where it won't matter what colour your lunchbox is or how your mascara looks, because your eyes will be fucking melted because there'll be fucking nuclear bombs going off every 5 minutes. Stop, why are you concerned with this? You should not be concerned with things like this.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
Why are you voting for Kamala?
Because Trump fucking sucks.
A lot of people say this, and a lot of people think this, but why? I think that is the follow-up question here. Why?
Because she's trying to make the world a lot cheaper to live in.
But she's been in government for 3 years, and it's not cheap.
The amount of money that costs to just do anything.
She's
keeps
in
increasing
government.
so much.
So do you think that's Biden and Kamala's fault?
I think that's always been happening. How much things have cost has always been like increasing.
Yeah, it's called inflation, bro.
What did Trump do?
I think he fixed it.
Did he?
Yeah, I think
He apparently did quite well. I'm not versed on all of those facts and figures. You might be in the comment section, but then the illness hit the world and it was all fucked up from there. But apparently he was doing quite well.
economy was way better. Houses were cheaper, rent was cheaper, grocery prices were cheaper. What is Kamala's greatest achievement as VP?
I literally don't know. I have no idea.
You don't know anything she's done.
But she's still a better choice.
I don't.
But she's still the better choice.
Yes, because I know a lot of things that he has done.
Like, you know a lot of things about Trump that are negative?
Yeah. He's racist. He's sexist.
Okay, well...
Yeah, but who's not?
What has he done that's racist?
Specifically, I don't watch anything with Trump in it. I just see, like, I don't watch things politically.
You don't fucking know. This is everyone's auntie and mum. I hate Trump. I just hate him. The way he looks, his hair. Oh my God. Shut up. All right? Fucking have a little bit of a think. Use your fucking brain. America, you have a chance to get yourself out of this fucking hole. And if you don't, who knows what's gonna fucking happen?
Today I have a presentation on dynasties.
Oh my God.
But I refuse to talk about the ancient history and drama. That's just the patriarchy. Instead, I'm going to talk about a dynasty that I actually look up to. An all-women dynasty.
So cool.
Women of color.
Awesome.
Gay women.
Yes.
Women who fight for social justice.
The best.
Women with a jump shot.
Oh, let's be serious. There's no women with a jump shot.
Dynasty that makes your favorite men's basketball, football, and baseball teams look like amateurs.
Never happened.
A dynasty with fire braids. A dynasty with sick style. A dynasty with crazy dimes. A dynasty that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the... Okay.
Alexander the Great was one of the greatest military strategists and leaders in world history. Okay. One of the greatest in world history. She's comparing them to a female team. Let's find out who they are. Well, we should all know because everyone knows Alexander the Great. We should know who these people are.
The dynasty that's been reigning for the past 25 years. Wow. Undefeated since '96.
Oh.
The USA basketball women's national team. 7-time consecutive gold medalist.
And yet, no one cares. And yet we all remember Alexander the Great. Is that because of the patriarchy or he actually had an impact on world history and these are just ladies at the Olympics, which is fine. I mean, well done. Congratulations. But also, who cares? I don't give a fuck about the men's basketball team either. Like, you cannot put yourself in the same... Like, obviously, they're just fucking around and they're trying to get clicks and get hate, but you can't seriously put yourself in the same category as Alexander the Great, you fucking idiot.
And most importantly, women that make it possible for girls like me to feel like they can be a part of whatever dynasty they want. The greatest dynasty ever.
If you don't like that, vote Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Listen, I understand that a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. You can't like Kamala. You can't like Kamala. It can't be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time. Toodaloo, au revoir. Bye-bye.